Saturday breakfast on Heart, JK and Lucy, and Take That.
Yes. This is the best thing ever. This is so exciting. How are you?
We're very well. Great. Yes, how are you?
I'm really... this is the weird moment for me because I've waited about 23 years to meet all of you together.
You got three of us.
Yeah, I know. No, but you know what? You still take that.
Still
and
take
that's
that.
what matters.
Yeah,
that's it.
Exactly.
That's the attitude.
Threesome, you know, how's it feel?
It's funny. It's better when you're busy. When you're not working and you're thinking about it. I mean, we've been aware of this over the last year, and I thought about it quite a lot. And I think when you're not working, then you kind of think how we're going to do it. But when you're on a mic or on a stage or doing stuff, you kind of just get on with it, you know. Because it's naturally what we've done for many years.
It's very true that you can think about it too much. Being at home with three, is it going to work? Are we going to do it? How successful is it going to be? But then once you're working, you're in it, and it really makes you want to go for it and do it.
I think it's given us a bit of a kick up the bum, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Because I don't think we'd be here unless we felt like we've got more good stuff to do. We wanted to write better songs, we want to do better tours, we want to make the audience go, wow. We've got that ambition still, and so that's why we're still here, believing in this.
I think initially the first few months we were writing really sad songs.
Oh,
Like really low, there's nobody here, and we're so lonely. But then in May, it was around May time, we went to LA and we got together and just did some time. So the sun was out, and we stayed in a villa. We rented a villa and stayed together and spent 10 days together. Howard used to bring me coffee every morning.
Oh, good boy, Howard.
Gary made scrambled eggs every morning.
And what did you do, Mark?
I ate coffee and scrambled eggs. It was wonderful.
St. Gary
Honestly,
made scrambled eggs, but he made them for himself.
No, he didn't. He made them for all of us. And anyway,
This is not a therapy session, okay?
I think that actually really helped because we spent time a lot together. The sun was out. And then we started to write a few more happy songs, of which around that time things like These Days came.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of positive energy started to come into the whole thing from then. Obviously, we were still hoping Jay'd come back. But we got a bit more positive in ourselves and thought, we've got to make a record that says we're going forward, not quite.
And These
so
Days
depressing.
is one of the best Take That songs, I think, ever.
Thank you.
Seriously, it's so good. You listen to it and it instantly puts a spring in your step. So if you're having a rubbish day, you put that on, that's it. I'm skipping down the street.
Well, for us now as well, it's not just about records. We always think record and tour together. And you think, when it's getting to 10:15 at night and you've played Relight My Fire, where'd you go from there?
Not that he's thought about it in any way.
That's where you've got to go. You've got to get people off their
Oh,
seats
yeah.
and dancing. And we thought this is a great track because this will not only work on record, it will work great at the shows as well.
Well, let's hold on the new single and the new album. We will talk about that next, if that's all right, boys.
Okay.
JK and Lucy, Saturday breakfast. We'll take that.
Yeah.
We were talking very briefly about Jason and how you guys coped after and stuff like that, but not on a professional level, on a friendly level. What do you miss most about Jace?
I miss his company. To be honest, I was only yesterday. I was thinking that because he was. I miss his. He had a big laugh, and a big smile, and I miss his company because he was probably somebody who I used to kind of sit and talk with, about the stars and planets, and I could have me otherworldly chats with Jay.
Don't talk about that to me. I'm a sci-fi freak.
Yeah,
We go off.
yeah.
We go off on a tangent here.
But Howard, for you, because Jace was fellow dancer as well, wasn't it? You know what I mean. So how's that gonna work now?
Well, if you remember from the early 90s tours...
He keeps looking at me.
Mark used to dance with Jason
Yeah.
as a pair in a couple of the concerts. So, not that we're going to be doing the breakdancing this time. We definitely... There's going to be dancing in there somewhere.
With Jay gone now, I think the opportunity is quite clear, really, that it's now my time as a dancer.
I think so.
to come from behind the wall and really show people what I'm all about.
Because you've just been holding back.
Yeah, exactly.
Listen,
Don't hold back
breakdance, I
anymore.
grew up with breakdancing. I can do the moonwalk. I've watched him. I've watched Jacko. I've got it.
Can you do
it's
the captain?
time to unleash the beast. All right?
Right, next, we would like to talk about some standout moments from recording the last album, actually, 3. So we'll do that next.
The best day ever.
Why is that, Lucy?
Because Take That are here.
The new album, 3. Happy with it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really happy.
Favourite track on the album? Very difficult for you as artists to choose this. And what are you going for? Are you all in agreement, or do you all sort of disagree?
I don't know. I have
We've
not
all got
actually
different
asked.
ones.
I've not asked. I'm really enjoying a song called "Letting the Sun" at the moment. It's got kind of that euphoric kind of feeling. Similar, it reminds me a bit of, if you'd heard Greatest Day, it's kind of in a bit of a world of that, really. It's very warm.
Howard?
I'm going to say Flaws, which is actually a ballad, and it's beautiful lyrics. But the cool thing about it is it's got a twist in it, and it becomes really. There's a massive, powerful chant by the end of it.
Oh, you've ruined it. It's like you make a film. You don't tell everybody that everybody dies, do you?
We want a little insight.
I have a different one per week, but I think if you were to ask me, which you have just
I am
have done,
Gary. Yeah.
we're in an interview. I would say my favourite's Get Ready for It, because it's exciting and it feels like a big dramatic sort of Take That track.
Okay, dramatic as in, is it more of a building ballad, or is it in your face like these days and brilliant?
No, it's not like these days. It's very powerful.
Is it fair to
exciting.
say that any one of those could be the next single? I know that we
Yeah.
don't know yet, but any one of those maybe?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Now, you know, when you look back on holidays, so maybe the holiday, Gary, of 1998, there was that amazing holiday when you went to Benidorm, and there's always one standout moment. I was there, yeah, I was there. What was that? Stag do, wasn't it?
It's fine from the balcony.
So there's always that one poignant moment of a holiday or a certain time in your life where you think, I remember it well. Now, recording 3, what's the one standout moment as a threesome you can remember going, yeah, I'll remember that time because of the recording of 3?
I've got mine here for you.
Go
I've
on.
got mine already.
Oh, this is good.
Might not be as exciting as you think, but I love the recording process, and what I've always loved is what we did with Progress. But when we go to New York, and for some reason, I'm so into creative mode there, and things really seem to happen
In
there.
New York?
Yeah.
Is that your favourite place?
Yeah, it really is, and that's one of the things when I look back on those specific songs that we did there, I will always remember New York. So it's
I love the way that Mark is finding this out as well. It's like, really? Is that
Yeah. It's interesting, is it?
it just always feels very creative and very inspiring.
Were there any funny moments in particular that stand out from recording it? Like
I'm trying to find.
something silly that happened.
I'm trying to find one. Trying to find a little bit. There
Works great on radio or video. Yeah.
Here we go.
I
We've
have
got-
to listen. There was this little bit we're doing a song called Higher and Higher, and the guys had done all his vocal and stuff. But I just wanted him to keep going up, up, up. And I could see him looking at me through the booth going, what? And I was going, God, just keep going up. And I could see him going, I don't know what it is. But anyway.
Yeah, don't twist it.
Up.
Which track is this then?
Outside the window going,
Higher and
more,
higher.
more, and he's going, up.
Do you see what? You're getting a little picture into my world.
It's
here.
little brother. It's
not
little
good,
annoying
is it?
brother.
Yeah.
It's not good.
You're very calm. Very calm with it all.
You've got to be.
Yeah, otherwise it's just no choice. is
24
there?
years.
Oh, bless you.
Let's have a pause here so we can watch that video in full, shall we? And take that, Gary, Howard and Mark are here. Let's talk about some of the fantastic spectacles that we see on your tours. Lucy and I talking about Progress Tour, Flood. What an amazing sight that was.
The big waterfall, as it were, that you had at the back of the stage. That was fantastic.
Do you know, the poor dancers, when they did that waterfall, I mean, it was the worst thing they'd ever had to do in their entire lives, especially trained to do it. I mean, the further north you went in the country, the water was colder.
Yeah.
It's funny, it was
shivering.
freezing, an island.
I think some of them couldn't breathe because they were upside
Couldn't
down.
breathe,
The water was
upside
going
down,
down the
going to the
noses
nose.
and everything.
Oh,
So
I mean, it was awful.
And you're
It
to
was
blame.
awful.
I hope you
It was
realise
all
that.
our
You-
fault,
You and
yeah.
your creativity.
You look fantastic.
Yeah, what can we do this time? We had, on the circus, the tour before, we had this girl called Brainy who played the tail of the elephant. And she had the best stomach muscles ever by the end of the tour, but she had to be upside down, being this tail. I mean, her stomach
Swinging
was
around, yeah.
Didn't she? I mean, she thanked us at the end of the tour for the stomach, but it was,
There you go.
wasn't nice.
Well, she didn't have to pay for the gym, did she?
It
So,
was
yeah.
well made.
Are you excited still?
Yeah, this is the best day ever.
Why is that, Lucy?
Because Take That are here.
You've got a lovely top on. It's a shame we're not on the
Thank
telly
you.
so everyone could see.
Very sparkly.
Very nice.
What about me?
I'll let you borrow it if you like.
Looking good,
like
going for the
straps.
old nautical chic there. I like it. I like
You
it.
look a bit like Tintin.
Aye, Captain.
Yeah.
Now, you guys have done a track for Kingsman, the
Yes.
Colin Firth movie, which is incredible. But we want to know, come on, it's got to be time soon, hasn't it? You've got to make a Bond track.
I know.
It's
I
got to
know.
happen.
Every year, or every time there's a new
Everybody's done one
film.
apart from us.
And you should be able to do one, you know.
There's always somebody just a little bit better.
Good people come along. good people come along, get in our way.
Yes, but you've been
Kick
here
into
from the
curb,
start.
Gary.
No.
You're the
The problem is
statesman
when
of
real
music.
talent arrive, then it's like, oh god, there they go again, going for the real talent.
Your music really does lay itself down nicely for a Bond movie. It does, and when you guys put your mind to
Listen,
it, you know,
you're telling
you
the
could-
wrong people here. We'll put you in touch with that
Okay.
guy. What's his name? Daniel. What's his name?
Yeah, Craig.
I don't think I'm going to have much clout with Daniel Craig,
Don't
really.
reckon? Hey,
No.
listen,
No.
me and Daniel Craig lived in the same village.
Did you?
Did you ever say hello?
There's a stat for you.
Could you give us any more?
My dad used to go to the pub, and he says, I remember a little boy running around in the pub, and it was Daniel Craig. I promise you.
No.
no
He's
word of a
not
lie.
than Daniel Craig.
Remember that night you introduced me to him? Yeah.
How come you've not got a posh accent like him?
Because I've been hanging around with you long for too long.
You see, I feel we've got to get out soon because this is take that therapy. It's not actually an
So,
interview anymore.
So it would be a yes on the Bond theme if they asked you.
Yeah.
It's the Time Tunnel. JK and Lucy, Saturday Breakfast. Take That and Pray. And Gary, Mark, and Howard are with us. The boys from Take That.
Yes.
Pray, big song for you guys, maybe?
It was a big song. Our first number one, wasn't it?
It was our first number one, and also our first in satellite link up. I remember we did a satellite link up from New York.
For Top of the Oh, you were big when you did that.
Yeah, I was so excited about doing a satellite link up. Do you remember?
So you need to remember who we used to be.
Didn't we do a satellite link up for Why Can't I Wake Up With You?
What was life on the road like in this particular year?
It's good.
Yeah?
Exciting.
Tanned. I remember. Do you remember being in Arizona and coming back to do the Royal Variety?
We were all over the world at this point.
Yeah.
We were travelling from place to place, Japan,
Yeah,
Australia,
you didn't know
everywhere.
kind of where you was.
It was all kicking
non-stop,
off that
non-stop.
year. I
17,
love the
18,
video
yeah.
for Pray.
Oh, it's brilliant, wasn't
Oh,
it?
fantastic.
Shot that in Acapulco.
I think Robbie lost out on the outfit choices in that video, though. Wasn't it the dungarees and the slick back hair?
He got up late.
Did he?
Yeah.
So we're going to dress you
Don't
like
get up
Sad
late
Sack
in
from the
this
Raggy
band.
Dolls.
No, Don't get up
You
late.
get the first choice. If you're up first, you get the first choice.
Is that how it works?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love that. Oh, that is brilliant. So does that explain that my Rob pretty much had all the boring outfits?
Yeah.
Probably, actually, yeah.
Oh, bless him.
All right, next
Bless
up,
him, yeah, bless
we
him.
got Queen, George Michael, Somebody to Love, and a bit of SWV right here.
Oh, I
Good
love
song.
SWV.
Good
Just
tune.
doing voices.
Yeah.
That's it, yeah. It's a Time Tunnel Saturday Breakfast on Heart. What's the year?
This is brilliant.
There's a particular song in this year, I believe, that stopped you from getting Christmas number one.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Don't mention him. Don't mention the B word.
If he was wandering about on the street right now and you had a needle,
I'd
would you pop
headlock
him?
I'd headlock him. After he'd knocked us off number one, we saw him at some event thing and we all piled on him. And honestly, we
remember
were properly digging him. I mean,
we
this
hurt
poor
him.
guy inside, we were really annoyed.
I
We're
see
a
him.
bit upset that we
Bit
found
like
out he's a
that.
10-year-old girl inside him.
Sorry.
See, there was me thinking especially you, Gary. I thought you were quite a placid lad. I could kind of see you with these two reprobates here, but I know.
Because you were number one, then he knocked you off, and then you didn't have the chance to get back, did you?
No.
No, we didn't.
Well, I think
No,
Blobby got his
Edmonds.
comeuppance, didn't he?
Noel Edmonds, have you had a
it's
word
his
with
fault.
him?
It's the carry on of it as well, because then I thought I'd let everybody down.
Oh,
As you do it, that, you think it's my fault.
oh.
I'm never going to sing
I
another
think,
song
I
again.
think we did blame you.
Yeah.
Right, let's get on to let's talk about positive stuff here, Luce,
Yes,
because
positive.
the therapy session
We've
is
gone
happening
down.
again.
The interview's gone down. Let's bring it up.
Bring it back, bring
Well,
it back.
There's only
I
one
was thinking
song
he was
that
good,
can
though.
bring it back in this particular year, and I believe it's a song like we mentioned earlier in the interview. When it comes to touring, what's the big song?
One of our biggest when we're touring is Relight. I mean, the crowd go mad.
Relight
to
My
that.
Fire.
Is that what it is?
It's our
is it?
final song on the
Amazing.
Time Tunnel.
Yes.
Saturday Breakfast on Heart Morning.
We had a busy year, didn't we?
You did.
Oh,
Now let's talk about music videos, because let's be honest, some were masterpieces. They really were, but others, let's say, what about if I said the word jelly?
Do you know what's amazing about that video is that we had some kind of career after it. I mean, that we must be good, mustn't we? I mean, to have a career after making that video, which still always comes up
Everyone loves it.
everywhere.
Which song was it? Just
Do
remind me.
you like?
Do what you like. Do what you like. And this is when you were on the floor. I remember a very white background, and there was
We couldn't
jelly.
afford colour. I seem to remember it was like £4,000, I think, which was quite a lot back then.
It was a lot of jelly.
But not that much to make a video.
Now, who comes up with the idea? Right, we got 5 guys.
Yeah.
We'll put them in a doll studio and a bit of jelly in there,
In
shall
their
we?
thongs
Come
and
on,
some mops.
Jason.
And a bit of nakedness.
We could blame Jason.
And
at
let's
this
get
point.
naked.
He's not here.
Everybody naked.
You're blaming Jason.
I think Jay's not here, so let's blame him.
Yeah.
The funny thing about that video is probably out of most of the Take That videos, I probably enjoyed doing that more than any of the others. Because a lot of the others we've done have been boring.
Oh, God. Here we go again.
No, just-
Morning.
No, I just find video
Should be
shoots. I
grateful.
find video shoots quite boring. But even though, regardless of the result and how it looks, I just find them boring. Except for the last one we did for these days, which was really exciting and it's kind of
video's
topped the
nuts.
lot.
There's so much going on.
We've had some great videos as well, you know. Although, like Howard says, I agree, they're boring video shoots, but when you see the result, you know, you can't wait for the fans to see the video.
I was going to say, do you still get to keep the outfits that you wore for this? So maybe the Johnson's baby powder. Is it?
Yeah,
Do you,
baddie powder.
I had that. It came back when we came back in 2005. We used it, didn't we, in the opening? I had it. I haven't got it anymore, I don't think. I think we'd give it to charity or something.
Would it still
So-
fit? Do you reckon? I think it would.
I mean,
it would.
Yeah, you haven't
It
changed
never
at all.
really. I don't know what I was thinking because it never really took off. That did it? The old crop top on boys.
Bring it back, Mark. Come
Bring
on.
it back. So I try it again on the
Yeah.
next tour. It was a strange thing. I can almost remember cutting it.
Yeah, and going, I'm going to wear it like this.
like
It's fast to be a good idea.
next, you guys have collectively got to come up with a Christmas song because we are in
Yes.
December now. So,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it'd be nice to pick a Christmas song. So, what song will they choose? You'll find out next. Saturday Breakfast on Heart with JK and Lucy.